Abz, and this is my man Alyx. What you go, Bro Crew Sports Talk? Alyx, that's you, bro. All right. He wants to win. You know what I'm saying? I want you to remember, he was in Kansas City when they won the Super Bowl.
Out of those guys, I would definitely draft, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would get a guy to draft, and I hope they do that.
We have a good conversation, bro.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about, bro.
Hoping that they bring something out of this team, you know? Like, because when Ron first got here, they run through a wall for this.
JJ McCarthy, man, man. He, as far as I know, people saying he's shooting up in the first round, bro.
I need to see how he does in welcome back. It's your boy Abz, and I'm here with my man, or down there. That's my man Alyx. Alyx, how you doing, brother?
Been good, man. Been good. Been blessed, man. You been doing all right?
Man, I can't complain. My daughter's healthy, and that's all that matters to me, bro. You know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
Bro, definitely. Absolutely.
So today, guys, we are back. I know it's been a minute. Forgive us. We won't keep you guys waiting much longer like that anymore. So now we are with oh man, it's just switched up on us. So now
so you got the host.
Yeah. So now we got our boys with us. My man down there, Will. Will, how you doing, my man?
Oh man, I'm doing great. This is an exciting week. New league year for our Commanders. A totally different team. This is big.
We looking brand new, man. Yeah. I don't even know what to think so much right now. So, oh man, thank you for joining us, my man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, diagonal. No, right there. There we go. Right there. My man Sean, we go back. How you doing, Sean? How you doing, bro?
Terrible. It's a terrible thing. All right?
He hurt me.
Why am I even on here, man? You could see it. I could see it. Like, I was like, what's going on with Sean?
Sean fuming, guys. You guys don't understand.
Listen.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to get to it. I don't want to get too ahead of it.
I'm sorry, brother.
Look, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I had just gotten a haircut. Shout out to our boy, one of our guys that went to Herndon, Armando Alvarez, hooked me up with the cut. I'm coming out fresh, and all of a sudden my phone is blowing up. I was talking about blowing up my phone, and now I get tagged in 3 different messages talking about Sam. How's it going? How do you feel? That's how I feel.
Stand up, Sean. Stand up. Let's see what you got on.
No, it is.
Oh, hell no.
I know.
Hey, respect.
I got that early.
Respect, John. Respect.
Does that come in green?
No. I'm gonna paint it. All right.
Oh man, so yeah, Sean a little upset, guys. I see the fumes coming from his head from the fresh cut. Okay, so mad. So welcome back. Thank you guys for joining, coming on with us, and we really do appreciate it. We got a lot to talk about today, and we made a lot of moves. This week was the start of free agency. Honestly, this is probably my favorite time of year, guys. You guys tell me what you guys think of free agency. Like, this is, for me, like a guy that I analyze the numbers along with what's important on the team. This is so impactful. And honestly, if you don't get, and sometimes I'll even say this, you need a good start to free agency to start your year sometimes. And it may make or break your year. So, guys, tell me what you think of free agency so far.
Loving it. Didn't expect this. I've talked to all of you about it. I did not expect us to go this heavy, this early on. But I love everything that we've been doing. And I love that we've been doing it, for lack of a better word, for cheap. You know what I mean? getting those 1 year, $5 million deals, or trying to get a couple 3-year deals. Nothing too long term, but hitting every need that we have. And I listened to a couple of these guys earlier today. These guys they hungry. They ready to be in Washington, and that's what I like to hear about it.
So I to jump into what you're saying, like I feel the same way. It's significant, but not like crippling to the team. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a significant move, and it's to help our team. And honestly, guys, we're not looking for some all-stars. Like some of these guys are just going to be for depth, and like I think a lot of people don't understand that. Will, what are you thinking so far of what we've done so far?
Yeah, no, I like it because they brought in impactful players. They're not breaking the bank on it. And kind of what you're talking about, it's not like the last time we made all these kinds of free agent frenzies was like back in like 2000 when we were signing Dion to take over for Darryl Green. And we were signing, guys, Jeff George came in with Brad Johnson. They were signing guys to take positions away, where right now we had a whole bunch of holes. And we had to fill it somehow, and we've been doing it. And so I've been really impressed. And I mean, honestly, I didn't think we would be this active in free agency, but we've signed so many players, and I'm really impressed with the start of everything.
Well, man, you ain't say nothing, man. Like honestly, like I think it was like 13 moves we made so far. I mean, I stopped counting after a bit because they were like, they were saying Washington's making all the moves out here, but it's not like these like crippling moves that's going to hinder our team for years to come. These are moves that's necessary. We had the largest cap number, available cap, but we had like under 60 guys signed to us. So that's that right there in itself it's like we needed to do something. We needed to make an impact, and not impact, but we needed to sign players. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong about this, but I'm glad that it's not just, since it's Dan Quinn, it's a whole bunch of Cowboy players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like they're actually doing their homework in acquiring these guys. Alyx, what's your thoughts so far on this, on what's going on this early on in our free agency?
Absolutely, man. It's impressive. I mean, what we're doing. It doesn't really shock me as much that we're getting all these guys, because we got really a new team. It's a new regime. It's a new office. Everything really that Ron had in this building, most of these guys are going to be gone. They're going to be out, thrown away. So I'm definitely excited, man. And like you said, when Ron came in here, he was bringing a lot of Carolina Panthers guys and, stuff like that. But Dan Quinn and Adam, man, Peters, man, shout out to them, man. I think they got a couple Cowboy guys, but it ain't a whole lot, man. I mean, you getting guys from the Chiefs and what are the other guys? The Panthers, and I mean, it's just all over. You know what I mean? And I'm excited. I mean, we had 100 mil, so I mean, we were going to spend a whole lot, anyways. I mean, even just around the league, I mean, guys were leaving left and right. At every position, even mainly running back. Everybody says the running back value is so down, but running backs was getting picked up. I mean, I'm shocked with the Aaron Jones thing. They left him and got Josh Jacobs. Now Josh Jacobs, you know what I mean? Aaron Jones with the Vikings, Derrick Henry with the Ravens. Like, this free agency this year is crazy. I mean, it's the most I've ever seen in a long time. But excited to be a Washington fan, absolutely. Just with what new we got, in office. So excited, happy, absolutely.
And so one of the things that pissed me off most about Ron Rivera is that I felt like everything was the same status quo, and he didn't try to make anything better. Look, he saved money. He was pinching his pockets. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like this guy, and honestly, I like that's great, because if we really put it down, if we really think about it, we would not be in a scenario of being 100 million over the under the cap without Ron Rivera doing that penny pension. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
If
right.
if we really want to say, like, if we really want to just put it out there, Ron Rivera is the reason why this all happened. But just going through it, it just seemed lazy. And like it wasn't like it wasn't like it was making our team better. And to me, free agency is about that. And also it's about finding those players that's going to be an impact, but not break your pockets either. And to me, it hasn't been done like that until now.
Right.
Like we haven't done that, and it's so new. It's almost foreign. Like I don't even know what to think about it, guys. Like you know what I'm saying? It almost doesn't seem right.
I was telling somebody today that I was like, they're like, "Aren't you hyped? Aren't you excited?" I was like, I've been a Washington fan for a long time. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm always gonna have that side eye. Like, you know what I mean? But it does feel different, though. It feels a lot different because, like you said, we're making the moves, and it's like, okay, we have a plan. There's a method to the madness, and we're hitting everything we complained about. We had an issue with the long snapper, took care of it. Had an issue with never getting a quality linebacker. We got 2. You know what I mean? We're doing things that we're not accustomed to. So it is a weird feeling. It is kind of like, this is good, right? Like we're winning. Almost like when we first saw Dan Snyder was out. We were like, really? Is he really gone? You know?
It finally feels like we got brains in the building.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because Ron, it just like, you remember for years, like we was like, okay, are we going to get a dominant linebacker like Jack Del Rio, Ron Rivera? Y'all are linebacker guys. Come on, bring a linebacker in. And it's like year after year. Nope, we're gonna keep Mayo on the board.
Right.
But yeah, we finally got brains. It's like the big one was like Bobby. You know, Bobby Wagner. It's like he's coming to Washington. Like seriously,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That right there is like this new office, this new brains in here. They're not playing around. They're trying to make a football team happen. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Guys, I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like honestly, it's just so brand new, so refreshing, and almost scary. You know, like I sent a meme to you guys. Like, are we going to do something? Like that first day was kind of like, are we going to do something? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then right when that got sent, it was like boom, 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 boom.
He said, "Hold my beer." Right.
That's what I was thinking.
They were like, shut your ass up, Abdul. Like that, and I'm like, okay, y'all got it. All right. So today, guys, we gathered today, and we're going to talk about the significant moves that Washington has made thus far this season. Look, honestly, I love talking football. I love talking about our team. And honestly, I want to hear what you guys think about how like these moves that are being made, you know, like this. I'm trying to tell you, I'm hyped, man. I'm jumping right now. You know what I'm saying? What's the word that that like I said to you about like 3 years ago? What's the word that I am? I'm getting moist. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all ready, guys? All right, man. Oh man. So let me guys, I thought of another topic, by the way, while we were just sitting here. Okay. So I'm gonna shoot it to you guys in the private chat, but just the top 5 significant moves made by the Commanders, and I'm gonna let you guys know this list that I created. I want all the smoke. You guys tell me what you guys think. You guys out there like watching our show, tell me what you think, and tell me like honestly, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Will, Sean, Give me all the smoke, man. I want to hear. Hey, wait, Abdul, you on some bullshit with that? Okay, tell me. Okay, tell me. I want to hear this shit. Okay, so are we going to start off an honorable mention? Honorable mention: the most significant move made by Washington. It's this running back position, guys. So just so in case you guys don't know, you guys out there, I know we all know because we watching Adam Schefter and ESPN since the shit started already. But so Antonio Gibson got snatched up by the Patriots, and honestly, I don't think any of us are really complaining about that. But we signed Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler. Honestly, this guy in his prime is second to none. This guy is like, honestly, for as little as he is a workhorse, and he could play 1 to 3 downs every drive, like first, second, and third down, and everything. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can block. My man is legitimate. Now here is the question though: is he still in his prime? Is he still considered one of the best? You get what I'm saying? Like, we signed him to what, like a 2-year, just under $12 million contract. So, guys, I need to know what you guys think of this. Like, is this like to me personally, I think it is an upgrade. Antonio Gibson, is like, honestly, I loved Antonio Gibson. I just didn't think that he should have been third down running back, if anything, from jump. And the conversion over from wide receiver in college to running back in the NFL, it showed it was too much for him. And to me, this is not like, it was just not for him. This position was not for him. And I put him in the slot. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's probably what's best for this man, third down back. Even that, like, but the fact that we started him as running back and he had those fumbling issues early, like, that should have said something earlier to us. And honestly, like, I'm not saying I'm happy that he's gone, but I think we could and have definitely improved on the position. Alex, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, man. We definitely improved on the position. I was one of those guys that liked Antonio Gibson. I did, especially for this Cliff Kingsbury air raid. If that's what we are going to run, I was hoping that, if we did sign Antonio Gibson back, maybe they would have probably put him at more wide receiver than third down running back. But going back to Austin Eckler, man, perfect signing for us, man. He's definitely going to do better than Antonio Gibson. Swift Army knife type guy. He could be the number one. He could be a third down back. He can play wide receiver. He's got hands. He just sees the field, and he sees the end zone. You know what I'm saying? He goes for the touchdown. So that's the type of guy we need. He's definitely, to me, when we got him, I don't think he's going to be our number one. Obviously, B-Rob is, but Austin Eckler is definitely going to get a lot of touches. You know what I mean? He's definitely going to get a lot of balls catched and everything. So I'm definitely excited, man. I think it was a great signing. This is a real big move. And is he still in his prime? Yeah, I think he still is, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think last year he had a little downfall, but the Chargers had a downfall. Like, I mean, the Chargers itself, the offense and the defense were filled up with injuries last year. You know what I'm saying? So even Herbert was out too, right? I'm only out for a few weeks. So, man, Austin Eckler, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm pretty sure the Chargers are upset that, he's on another team. They definitely wanted him back. So, yes, this is definitely a big improvement on our offense. Will, what you think?
I certainly think it's an improvement. He is a better running back than Antonio Gibson is. I disagree that he's in his prime and he's coming off an injury. And sometimes with these running backs, you don't know it. They can fall off the cliff immediately. And they go from being productive to not. And Father Time is undefeated. But I think he's also suited to be in. If all his role for us is a third down back, he's going to fit great. But he also, like you said, has the ability he's got a knack for the end zone. It's a great point. And he has the ability, you guys have said it, to go first, second, and third down. And I don't love Brian Robinson. I don't hate him, but I don't love this guy. I think he's a fine running back, but I don't think he's anything great just yet. So I like having somebody else in the backfield who might push him a little bit to say, you got to play well because we got somebody else. When it comes to Gibson, obviously the previous staff was done with him. They found that there were too many times he was leaving holes open. He would not go the right way that they wanted him to. And it's too bad. Alex, you said it. You kind of were curious what he could be like with Cliff Kingsbury. And I agree with that. Like, I didn't want him back. I didn't think he was worth signing. But I think he got hurt. He's a positionless player right now in the NFL. And he got hurt playing on a team with coaches who didn't know how to use him because he's not a running back and he's not a receiver. And he's more that Deebo Samuel type Swiss Army knife, but he didn't have coaches that knew how to get the best out of him. So I wish him luck in New England. I don't think he's going to get it there, but hopefully he'll, continue on.
Absolutely.
So, you don't think he'll play like that third down back there also, or?
Yeah, I think he is, but that's marginal talent from him. You're going to get some production, but I don't think you're going to he's never going to reach his potential unless he gets with a coach kind of like a Kyle Shanahan who knows how to use a player like that. Like Deebo Samuel became Deebo Samuel because of how Kyle Shanahan figured out how to use him.
Great. That was a great point. Absolutely.
Sean,
what you think?
No, look, I feel like something that we're going to be discussing, especially coming into draft time a lot, is ceiling and the floor. And we know this guy's ceiling is high. He's electric. For any of us fantasy owners, if you've had him the last couple of years outside of last year, he was gold for you guys. You know what I mean? And let's be honest. We talk about, running backs getting devalued. Guys like this guy, Austin Eckler, who can do it all back, are the reason why they're getting devalued, because you don't need to give him 400 carries. You can sit here and give him, 100 touches in the run game, 100 touches receiving, and just get him out there doing things. And he's deadly at that. And the fact that he can do that and he doesn't have to be your main guy is why I love that we got him now. Because now he can go, and his game is not predicated on being, 35, 45 carries. It's just, it's like a shooter. Just get him in rhythm. Let him get a completion, get a couple yards. Okay, boom. Get back to the huddle and put him in advantageous situations. And that's what Cliff Kingsbury's, I believe, is going to do. But this is another thing that we talked about, and Will and I talked about this last night, relationships. Anthony Lynn's our running back coach. He knows this guy. So you don't think he can put this guy in advantageous situations, especially in our run game and our offense? I think this is just a perfect little setup for us. And with Gibson, it was fool's gold to think that he was going to duplicate what he did at Memphis. Memphis, they had him, like Will said, as a dual threat, wide receiver, running back type thing. We brought him in thinking we can get him running back. Then by the time we tried to get him out in space, we didn't trust him. And, the writing's on the wall. We'll see what he does in New England. But, I'm excited for him with the new coach. In Bill Belichick's system, I would have been like, I don't know. But with a new coach, we'll see.
Absolutely.
The fumbles didn't help, though. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's patience with the motherfucker real quick when the fumbles could be coming out and everything like that. So, that's another thing to really look at and consider,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So moving forward, okay. So I think we all like the Austin Eckler, and we really just question if he still got it, And I think we thought the same thing with who was the third down back just a year ago?
McKissick.
I think we all thought the same thing about him too. I know I questioned it when we saw it. I was like, who the hell is this guy? But we were pleasantly surprised come game time. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping for the same thing. And honestly, I like Will's take when he's like basically saying that, hey, we got this guy that could take your spot, so you might need to step up, Brian Robinson. I agree with Will on that aspect also, is because Brian Robinson is like, I like him, he's good, but he's not like that home run. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like so like I'm I want to see a home run running back kind of shit here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Brian, no offense, Brian Robinson ain't that. He's not. And so
man.
say what you think. Bro.
Hey,
Say
I'm
what
gonna
you
hurt
think.
you. I'm gonna hurt y'all, man.
He's not.
What
You're
you
right.
think?
I know. I know what y'all saying. Hey, he hasn't done that, but I see the potential in the dude. To be honest with you, I think he's gonna be, and this is saying big, and I know I might drag this out. And I might be tripping. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I think he's gonna be better than Clinton Portis.
Get out of here.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I think B-Rob, that dude. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. He was and this ain't saying much because the whole offense was terrible, but he was the bright spot on our offense. Like he did a lot on our offense. You know, he had to. I mean, when like on the third down back with Antonio Gibson, when we didn't trust Antonio Gibson, we trusted in B-Rob. B-Rob last year, we saw that he could catch. You know what I mean? We was like, oh man, B-Rob can also play third down back also. So I don't know, man. To be honest with you, there were some games where EB only gave him 6 to 8 touches in a game. And it was like, y'all know that we needed to run the ball more with B-Rob, and Sam Howell kept passing. That was EB. So we didn't really see the whole potential of B-Rob. Like it's still growing, man. I see big. I don't know. That's just me, man. Again, my opinion, but
I agree.
I don't. So,
you agree? Thank you, Sean. That's what I'm talking about.
So,
B-Rob, that dude.
Any of us are disagreeing with what you're saying. We're rolling over in our graves when you said he'll be better than Clinton Portis.
Yes.
Nigga, you tripping. Like that's just insane to me. Like Clinton Portis was legit. He was that home run. You know what I'm saying? So like that right there that's that black. Like I'm gonna do my best Stephen A right now. Blasphemous.
Hey, I will say this. I will say this though. There was another bright spot that messed up on injuries, but I thought he was the next big thing for us too, and that was Darius Geis. But you know, the injury messed him up.
It wasn't just the injury.
Abz twin.
Well, and him doing. I know what he did. Yeah,
self-inflicted here.
Right. But man, that dude had potential. He could have been the next big thing for us, man. But yeah, he did mess up. But
Abz twin. That's Sean. That's so good. Alyx, do you know this story?
Wait.
What's the story? He looked like Darius Geis.
He went to a game and somebody posted on a Commanders fan page, is Geis at the game?
Quit playing.
Yo, they did. Yo,
it went viral, bro. It really went viral.
Yo. That's crazy. Y'all got to show me that. Y'all got to show me that.
Oh, it's funny.
That is funny. But going back to Darius Geis, man, I saw a lot of potential in that dude, man. Like I really thought, I was like, man, this is our next big running back, man. But you're right, a lot of things happened with him and him doing stupid stuff off the field.
Geis, it was never about on the field talent. He slipped because everyone knew he had it. Right. Like I don't think anyone thought he was going to have domestic violence, but they just knew he had a screw loose.
Yeah, a lot of teams passed up on him, so I agree.
Yeah.
But the thing with Darius, and so I'll just add this: Darius Geis seems more like the home run. He was more of a home runner than Brian Robinson to me. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like Brian Robinson's like. Granted, he got shot and everything like that. I'm not trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? I know Sean was trying to be like, he got shot, man. What you expect? I know that's what Sean was itching to say. I know he got shot, man. But I'm just saying, like he started, it looked like he's starting to come to last year, and if he got more carries and everything, maybe we would have saw more. But to again, his running, his running is not home runish, and maybe it's our system and stuff like that. Yeah. And I mean, we can talk all day about that, but it just did not seem like this guy can break out and do like 60, 70 yards and shit. So, Sean, tell me what you think, running back.
No, I think everything you just said is correct. And I think it's hard for us to look at Clinton Portis with a full body of work in Denver and Washington and then compare him to a guy that has only been here for a couple years. However, I will say if you take 5 gunshots and you're the 50 Cent of in the NFL, you need to get that respect.
Jeez.
Come on. No, but the potential is there.
Hey, no, much love, dog. I appreciate it.
No, but the potential is there. And if
I see it. Me and Sean see it. We see it. We see it in him.
I'm weak. Okay. Okay, what's up, Anthony? You showing some love. Wait, did I see it correctly? The traded how? Yes, sir. They did. Thank you for rubbing it in again. I appreciate it. I love
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It got Sean all twisted up over here, okay? A veteran back can always help a rookie quarterback. Seeing as how I'm sure you'll draft one at 2.
Some of us hope so.
Yeah, I think.
I know
about that. All right.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
All right. Next honorable mention, guys. All right. Next honorable mention. Doesn't even have to be a big conversation. You know what I'm saying? Significant move made. All right. Bye-bye to Joey Sly and welcome Brandon McManus. Guys, this right here is, it speaks for itself. Joey Sly, we've talked about it. Joey Sly got the strength in his leg. He can hit 50-yarders. Wow, like just crushing them things. But when it comes to extra points and field goals, 40 yards, the shit that he's supposed to make,
can't do it.
He just, where the hell does he go, guys?
Yeah.
Where does he go? And we can even talk about the long snapper. Like I know a lot when it's always on the kicker when they miss, but they never talk about the snap or the long snapper or what they've done or the hold for the kick, you know. And we literally got rid of our long snapper in the middle of the season because apparently he was tripping. He was messing up the kick. He was messing up the kick.
Hey, that
was on his fault. It was his fault. We got rid of Cheeseman. Yeah. And it sucks is because we traded up. Man.
Yes.
We're on a trip, baby.
We traded up to get this special teamer. Like you get what I'm saying? So guys, so this is like two things. We got a new kicker and we got a new long snapper. Was it Tyler Orr? Is that I think I didn't put it down, but I think it's Tyler Orr. Yeah, Tyler Ott. My apologies. Tyler Ott.
Yeah.
Guys, tell me how significant is this for you guys?
Yeah, I talked to Bill yesterday. I didn't even know we were in the market, even though I agree with you about Joey Sly, but I didn't know we were looking, you know? Shout out to Tina. Tina Winter, diehard Broncos fan, said she was a fan of McManus. So, I mean, I'm excited about it. I heard he's like elite, within 40, I think it is, or something like that. Or, 50. You know, he's, within 50. But I'm excited to see what he brings to the table, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not too excited about this move. Because if you look at last year's stats, and I got to shout Jack for giving us some stats last night, I just wasn't able to put them into it. So Joey Slye hit on 86% of his field goals, and Brandon McManus hit on 81% of his field goals.
Yeah, 81.4. Well, I got it right here.
So that part I don't love that. Now, McManus is, as Sean just said, way more like almost automatic from 50 and below. But my concern is the league is requiring you to make 50-yarders like they used to be 45-yarders. Like people used to be like 45 to 50. It's like, let's hope he can make it. And now I'm at the point where I think 50 to 55, I'm expecting 2 of 3 going through. That you've got guys, because you've got guys kicking 57, 58-yard field goals at the end of the game to win it. And that's not what this guy can do. Now, how often? And ultimately, if you're giving us what we need most often, is that more important? Probably. And so I don't hate the signing, but this is one I'm just kind of like, I'll wait and see on this.
What you got?
I ain't gonna drag this out because I don't like us talking about kickers, man. But I'm gonna say, man, I'm with you, Will, on this one. I'm looking at it right now. He's played 161 games, including 4 posts. In his career, what's his name? How you say it? McManus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brandon.
Is 253 for 311 on field goal attempts, like you said, 81%, and including a career-long 61-yard field goal. It says he is 312 for 321, 97% on point after attempts.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely better than Joey Slye. Joey Slye had a big leg, but terrible accuracy. But yeah, I'm like you, Will. It's definitely an improvement, but I'm not really so excited. But what team really can get a Justin Tucker? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? But who knows? People. There's kickers that do terrible at this home, and then they go to another home and they ball out. Who was the kicker that we had?
Dustin Hopkins.
Yeah, he played terrible for us. He goes somewhere else and he has a successful career. So hopefully this guy, but I don't want to drag this out. He's a kicker. You got one job to do. You better do it right. That's all I know.
I think so. Other than this position, long snapper, this is like position I think you need to be absolutely perfect in. Like one of the, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think there's a lot of room to be okay. You should absolutely be perfect in this position. Like Sean, remember in high school how the kicker and the punter would go to another field during football, and legit, that was all they did. All they did was that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're spending hours doing just that, you better know how the grass feels. Like you better know how the wind, how the wind adjustments that you need to take and everything like that. Like to me, if it's anything like how high school was, for the professionals, you got to be on top of it. You need to be professional. Like I got more.
Well, I was
saying it.
In the NFL, I would say in the NFL, they got more focus. They get their own bubble where they're kicking and doing their own special team stuff, and they got coaches on top of coaches. We had one guy that would stand over there and be like, "All right, you made it. Kick another one." You know what I mean? Yeah. And we'd be looking over there for the other field like, y'all sorry, son of while we doing work. But they have guys out there that are holding, that are catching, that are throwing the ball. All you have to do is focus your plant foot and go to work on kicking. So, Again, I put too much into the kicking, but they don't have any excuse.
Well, I will say this, and I'm probably being nice to a kicker. I think that they do work their butts off. And I'm not saying every kicker in the NFL, but I do feel like they do work their butt off. But it's the fact of that they have more pressure than a quarterback in the NFL in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Kickers, when it comes to that game-winning drive and they got to make a kick, it's more pressure on a kicker than it is more of a quarterback. Because when a quarterback messes up, and if it's a franchise guy, he throws a pick or something, he know he's got a job tomorrow. When it comes to a kicker, it's more pressure for a kicker because if he misses it, he knows that, hey, I might be going home. So I understand exactly what y'all saying, and I don't want to drag this out because it's a damn kicker. It's like, yo, do your job. But at the same time, I feel the pressure because you got that many people looking at you, and you know that if we lose this game, everybody gonna be blaming it on him. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't want to drag it out. Kick it, just do your damn job. But I feel your pressure, homie. I feel your pressure.
Yeah.
Will, what are you thinking, bro?
Yeah. They're just, I don't hate the move, but I don't love the move. We'll just kind of wait and see on this one.
Absolutely.
All right. Next honorable mention, guys. The addition of guard Nick Allegretti. All right. So, in case you guys don't know, Nick Allegretti was stepped up in literally the last game of the year, Super Bowl, and stepped in for Joe Thorney, starting guard for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he got injured in the game and still finished the game, guys. So this guy is like, one, he's tough. One, like, you know what I'm saying? He stepped up in the most important, most televised game of the year, and he did a phenomenal job. The dude stepped in, and there wasn't much said about, like, he barely had any flaws in this game.
Right.
Okay. So this guy is doing all of this, and but the downfall of it is, it was like one start. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the guy doesn't have a lot of starting experience. And that's one thing that is it a great move? Like, yeah, we got someone with potential. He's 27, but again, it's also like we just paid 16 million, a 3 year, 16 million deal for a guy with potential. Yeah. So how much can we take from that? Like, and that's why it's just an honorable mention to me. With Alex, what do you think, man?
Yeah, with this move, and you're talking about the Chiefs guy, right? The Chiefs lineman.
The Chiefs guard, yes.
Yeah. I don't know how you say his name, but with this move, man, I'm more leaning towards, believing in Adam Peters with this. I have to trust Adam Peters with this move and just believe in him in this one. But I watched a little bit of film on him. Again, he doesn't have a whole lot of film because he wasn't the starter. But when he did get in, he showed that, he has some promise. So I'm going to believe Adam Peters because Adam Peters we trust, and I'm going to believe in this move, man. And that's what we needed, though, because what Ron brought in, with the remember the center that we brought in, and oh man, I just don't even want to go into with the Ron situation, but y'all know what it is, man. Ron was just but I'm gonna believe Adam Peters on this move. So yeah, I'm excited. This is very important for the offense. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna just add this. This one of my, when I saw this signing, I was like, another Chiefs lineman. Oh,
right.
Like, I was just like, this is not, like, I don't know. I didn't know what to think about it. So, and in case you guys know, we still have that Chief. I forget his name. What's his name?
Wiley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wiley. So he was horrible at right tackle for us last year, but he's still on our team now.
Yeah.
And they're talking about moving him into guard next year. That's why we kept him. But Will, tell me what you think of this move, getting another Chief lineman.
Yeah, so I think I don't care where he came from. And actually, this is one of the moves we made where there's no previous connection between coach and player. Austin Eckler was drafted by Anthony Lynn. And a bunch of these other moves, all those Cowboy players that came over, all of our assistants had a role in bring these guys. They've worked with him, but not this guy. So I think that's kind of interesting. This is what you talked about. Not every single person we brought in here was made to be your day one starter. And this guy's going to provide some depth because we really don't know what's happening at left guard. Is he the left guard? Are they going to draft somebody? I will just point out, since you said we can, Andrew Wiley to left guard is all fan speculation. The team hasn't come out to say that that's what's happening. But we all sit there and say, why don't you put him where he played better for the Chiefs? Right. And it would make sense, but that's not a known commodity right now. Right now, he's our right tackle. So we're not really sure what Allegretti's role is going to be, but at the very, very least, he's someone who may be coming in to start, probably coming in to start. He said in an interview, I want to go someplace I can play. But nonetheless, he's going to bring toughness. Travis Kelce said he's the toughest mother he's ever played with. And he even said, next to my second favorite, toughest mother to play with was Andrew Wiley. He goes, and now both those guys are in DC. So he's helping to bring that culture as well.
Yeah, I like what you said, Will. That was
Did you say Travis Kelce to DC?
No.
No, why?
No, his brother Jason, he's going to be the center.
That would be nice.
Sean, tell me what you think, brother.
Yeah, I watched his introductory press conference, and I mean, just by listening to that, you get that feeling that he is tough, and he was saying, like, they asked him about the elbow and just first, is that going to be an issue? And he was saying, no, they looked at it. We're not going to need surgery. The rehab, everything will be good. If today he had to play, he could. But thankfully, he don't have to right now. One of the things I thought was really interesting, because we're talking about him potentially being left guard. In his interview, he said day one, he wants to be a day one starter. He said he wants to compete for that left guard spot. I like that. I like that fire that he's bringing to the table, because if he is a depth guy or if that's what they think he's going to be, he don't think that in his mind. That's what we need, guys. We need guys that are hungry, that are ready to compete in-house and come out and say it. He's like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody else, and I don't know what front office, what their main goals are, but I want to be the starter. And then he said, I saw that they got the guy at the center, so that's fine. Center and left guard are the two reasons why I wanted to be, so I can get an opportunity to be on the field. They asked him, what can you contribute? When somebody talks about you, what can you contribute? He said, physicality and effort. Give to him. I like that. Somebody that's going to work, who's going to grind, be a dog, and be just in there. And then you have Travis Kelce, like Will said, who's giving him that, vote of confidence and that push. I like that. I really like what he's bringing to the table. And then at the end of the day, like you said, Super Bowl, you tear, your shoulder, you tear whatever in the game or your elbow, and then you have an opportunity. He said he got pissed. He was like, dude, do I got to take myself out of the Super Bowl after I just got in? You know what I mean?
Right.
Up, and he realized he could play with it. It's one of those situations where you just, look, tomorrow I won't be doing. Tomorrow's a different day. I might not get an opportunity to do this tomorrow. I need to take advantage of the opportunity I have right now. Everything about that, I love. Now, I'd be naive if I didn't say that we've seen a number of press conferences where we left it being like, oh man. I was also here last year when EB had a press conference, like, oh, here we go. So I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt, but that hunger, that competition, I'm really excited to see that. So I love this movie.
Yeah, I want to my bad. Before you say I want to go back to what Will said. Wiley staying at left tackle. I think that's what the fans, like you said, because I didn't hear nothing about Wiley moving in inside or anything like that either. And I think Wiley, the reason why we didn't get rid of him, and a lot of people were probably upset that we didn't get rid of him, was because we signed a 3-year contract with him. You know what I'm saying? And he is 30, which I get it. And I see why Charles Leno was gone. You know what I mean? Because he had one more year left. And if he would have played out this season, we would have to, pay him possibly or something like that. But he was just getting up there in age. Wiley had a 3-year contract. He's 30 years old. And I get it. But him moving on the inside, let's say he did move on the inside. That means possibly if we're not going to get Tyron Smith or anything like that, that means you have to go into the draft and get 2 rookies Okay, mind you, 2 rookies on the left tackle and the right tackle, and mind you, for a rookie quarterback, that's not very smart. So Wiley, I feel like he's going to stay at the left. You know what I mean? We got a new center now with the Dallas dude, and then this new dude from Kansas City, another Kansas City guy. So I think maybe a rookie will probably be at right tackle. Maybe I don't know, unless we get Tyron Smith. I don't know how that's going to work. But my point, going back to Will, Wiley should stay at left tackle. To be honest, I don't know what the rumor was of him going inside. Go ahead, Ab. My bad.
No, it's right tackle, and no, you're straight. It's right tackle. But the whole thing is that us signing a 3-year deal with them, we could have, it doesn't matter because we could have let him go and still got some money back cap wise. So releasing him like that. Not trying to argue or nothing like that, but the money wise, it makes sense that we could have let him go and still save money. It actually makes less sense for us to release Nick Gates.
Yeah,
it makes less sense to release Nick
$300,000 savings.
Yes, and we did that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. Like the money wise, I'm just from what I'm looking at in Spot Rack and everything like that is just we could have saved just according to this 1.6 million if we released Wiley. And
see, I don't think that's worth it. I wish they would move him inside, and I say you keep him for another year and let him be that battle Allegretti. Like, let him be part of the team. I don't really think we should put him at right tackle, you know?
I agree with that. To me, especially because we need depth. Like to me, you know what I'm saying? What's 1.6 million? You get what I mean? Especially when you need depth. And honestly, just because we don't do it now doesn't mean we can't do it later when the bubble. You get what I mean? Like, what if we draft somebody that will actually be better than him, or we see that's better than him, and just because it's not us releasing him now doesn't mean it's not going to happen later, guys.
Right.
I got you. Definitely.
Just moving forward, guys. I just added this honorable mention from us talking, okay? And it's one of the bigger issues that I saw, but it's not enough to be in the top 5. I wanted to add this in here. All right, this secondary and safety. Kendall Fuller going to Dolphins. Cameron Curl, I haven't seen anything. He's still out there, I think.
Yeah,
bro.
But we signed Jeremy Chin, and Jeremy Chin, former Rookie of the Year runner up.
Yes.
And
to whom?
Chase Young.
Mm-hmm.
So that I do good on your trivia. Yeah. So he's second. He was a runner-up for Rookie of the Year, second to Chase Young. And honestly, he had some injuries, so he kind of fell off, and his value really diminished. And so we picked up Jeremy Chin. And honestly, guys, he's kind of like a Cameron Curl. I can see that. So we legit just got a cheaper Cameron Curl, guys. And Cameron Curl's probably still out there. And no offense to him, because he 7th round pick. Well,
yeah,
7th round pick. He's probably going for the bag right now. So he's not letting anybody just give him any bullshit offer. Even though this is probably the most messed up market for safeties that I've ever seen in my life. No, not messed up market for any position I've ever seen in my life, because all these safeties got released or are available, and not just any safeties, guys. It's like an oversaturation of all pros, Pro Bowlers that are out there and that are still good.
Yes.
that are still good. So that right there, when that happens, it diminishes their value.
Yes.
Like we thought that running backs were going to be people weren't going to pay for running backs. After you see this safety list, nobody's going to pay for safeties now. And to me, and I understand, we just picked up like 2 safeties last year. I understand it. But to me, I kind of almost feel like you got these all pros, we should have at least got one, like got a safety ourselves. Guys, tell me what you think. Like, are we not taking advantage of this oversaturation of safeties now?
I like Jeremy Chin. I think that was a solid move for us to get. And I get it. I get there is oversaturation, and I think that's the Cameron Curl thing. So as far as Jeremy Chin, yeah, I like that we made that because he can. And I've been talking to Will, Alex, all of you about he can play safety or he can come down and play a little linebacker. He's mobile. He's flexible. We can do that. So to your point, Ab, yeah, this is just a little bit better Cam Curl. Now, as far as Cam is concerned, we've all discussed it. Like, he was good for us. But what is Washington good in the Ron Rivera era once you move on to other places? Is that like average to below average elsewhere? You know what I mean? Like, how many of our guys could really leave us and be day one starters elsewhere? What, 2, 3 guys maybe? You know what I mean? And adding Tress Way in there because he's definitely a day one. But I mean, I think we did good with Ginchin and Curl. Once he did his old deuces, I was like, all right, there it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say when it comes to Cameron Curl, I think he wants more than what he's worth. You see what I'm saying? I think but I did like Curl, but this Jeremy Chin, right? That's how you say his name, Jeremy Chin. I really like him. I think, again, like you said, Sean, the hybrid type guy. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to play more linebacker than anything. He reminds me of an upgraded Landon Collins. Remember Collins when he played strong safety? He had some flashes, but he wasn't very good at it. But then when he played linebacker, he was really good at it, or at least decent. This guy, I think he's got the nose for the ball. He's going to be hitting people. He might even play a little bit of a slot. When we got the linebackers out, he might dish out to the slot a little bit. But I think he's going to play more linebacker than anything. The starting guy that I think, and Will back me up on this, is Quan Martin. He's going to be our starting. I believe. Oh my goodness. But I believe in Quan Martin. Ab, I don't know if I talked to you about that, Ab, but what I saw and I told Sean about this. What I saw last year is when Ron started bringing in the fresh leg. Once Jack Del Rio got fired, he started bringing his fresh legs in. It's like you saw the bright spot of Quan Martin making plays, and I was like, oh man, yeah, that's first time he made a good play. I was like, oh yeah, that's the second round guy we got. Then he kept making more plays, and I was like, yo, this dude, man, we got to start watching this dude. Like, this dude nice, you know what I'm saying? And I was definitely impressed. I mean, he was making flash plays that Cameron Curl kind of wasn't. Cameron Curl was like a tackling machine, but Quan Martin is like somewhat of it, can get the ball type of thing, stripping the ball. He got an interception here and there, so definitely a tackling dude too. He puts his nose in there. So, but yeah, going back to what I was saying about Chin, yeah, I think he's going to be definitely part of this linebacking crew. You know what I'm saying? 6'3", runs a what is it, a 4? I think 4'4". Yeah, man, he's going to be our linebacker. You know what I mean? To me, that in my opinion. What you think, Will?
I think I agree with everything that you guys are saying. He's going to be this chess piece that the Joe Witt Jr. is able to kind of move around. So I'm excited for it, and I'm excited about the contract that they gave him. Ab, you're spot on where Cam Curl was just a victim of the market not being what we thought the market was going to be. And I think this. I'll say this: it's like a league-wide conspiracy where basically all the owners got together and said, we're not paying safeties anymore. We're devaluing this position. Because the only guy that got a big deal is Xavier McKinney going to the Packers. 4 years, $67 million. Everybody else, Darnell Savage is a bigger name. 3 years, $21 million. Kevin Byard's a bigger name than Cam Curl. 2 years, $15 million. There was all these smaller deals, and then right now, like you said, Jamal Adams is out there, Justin Simmons is out there, Eddie Jackson, Quandre Diggs. I don't need to keep going. There's a lot of players out there, and this is not the year for safeties to get big money deals. So Cam Curl got hurt in that matter where he was looking for that 4-year deal. And people are like, he's not getting it right now from teams. They're like, I don't need to give that to you. He is young, so there's still a chance where some of these guys are much older. But I think it's a good move. I think maybe the first part of though is right now, the biggest thing right now that we've got a huge hole at cornerback. And seeing that Kendall Fuller signed for 2 years and $18 million, I was like, with what we've done in free agency, I kind of sat there and went, we could have done that. Now, if they didn't want to, and maybe he didn't want to come back here. But I was looking at that contract going, well, I was expecting him to duplicate what he got from us 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and he didn't. So I saw that. I was like, well, we could have done that. So, who knows? Maybe they're holding off to go and trade for L'Jarius Sneed. Maybe that's what they're looking to do.
Splash.
I just had to check and see if you were paying attention.
Hey, Will, if that happens, dog, I don't know where you live at, but I'm come over there and kiss you, man. Hey, because you said the right things, man. Hey, I won't Sneed, bro. I do. Ab know about it. Ab, I've been talking about Sneed, bro. I'm telling you.
Alex is going to say this offseason is a failure if we don't sign for someone for more than $50 million. He's craving that Albert Hainsworth contract.
I am, man. I'm like, oh.
Guys. Oh, man. So my thing is so this is what I was leaning toward. So to me, it's with all the safeties that are out there, all the all-star safeties that are out there and available, you almost have no reason not to have a sufficient safety core on your team. And like, to me, it's like, and especially when Will, you just said it, the value is getting lower. These players are taking less and less because of the market and the oversaturation of these safeties out there. So teams, you almost have no reason. Like, if you have if you have a bad safety core, that's your fault. It really is almost your fault because these players are out here and everything like that. So to me, it's almost like we should be doing our due diligence on these players. And I totally understand the way we're going, but then at the same time, it's the scenario that we're put in. Like, honestly, like, we're not going to overspend. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. That's all said and great. But when the best safety market is out there and you can get a all-pro safety for cheap, we might have to reconsider or go to plan B or something like that in order to look at this. So that's where I was thinking of, guys. That's the line of thinking that I was going. All right, guys. So to me, got it. Okay. Good message, Will. So all right. All right, we're going to the top 5. Okay, real quick. So right here, number 5, top 5, addressing the defensive line. We re-signed Obata, adding Fowler, Armstrong from Dallas, and Farrell from the 49ers. Guys, this is the number 5 thing that I got, and I think this is sufficient. I think this was a big move that we've done, especially us dropping Chase Young and Montez Sweat last year, trading them off. But guys, we needed to do something significant to the defensive line. And honestly, this isn't significant, but it's sufficient. Mm-hmm. It is something that, and especially with the draft coming up, like these, like these aren't necessarily starters. Farrell and Fowler aren't necessarily starters, guys.
Right.
Honestly, and if you really think about it, these guys are way better than our backups from last year. Like we didn't have to get another Two-Hill or
Right.
saying Smith, James
Yeah.
Smith.
James Smith. Yeah.
You have to re-up with these guys. Like to me, like this is good right here because we still have the draft and we still picked up that extra third. We picked up that third from the Howell trade. So guys, tell me what tell me what you think about this. Like to me, this is a good core for the defensive line. And this is significant because it trickles down to the cornerbacks. It trickles down to the linebackers. It trickles down to the safeties. Like this is good right here.
I love these moves. I really liked Dorrance Armstrong and glad we brought him. He knows Dan Quinn's defense. He was a guy who was able to get 8 sacks when only playing 40% of the game. So I think that's pretty significant that now he's going to get a little bit more playing time. I like Dante Fowler in the fact that his role is to be a situational pass rusher. And he got recruited and coached by Dan Quinn at the University of Florida, played with him in Atlanta, went with him to Dallas, came to Washington. Like this guy knows to follow his coach because his coach puts him in good situations. I think that's pretty significant as well. And Cleveland Farrell, I knew he was going to be a bust. I've watched him enough on Saturdays down here in South Carolina to see that this guy was not worth the number 4 overall pick that he was. But he's also a different player. He's not a 10-digit sack player. He's a set the edge. And so as a rotational piece, sure, fine. Daryl Tapp knows who he was. He coached him last year. If he feels like he's an upgrade, I'm good with it. So I really did like these. And I feel like we've got players who can produce. And now, especially with that, we've got a few more draft picks than we did going into this morning. We have some flexibility in the draft to get another defensive end, to get another pass rusher, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in the second round now. Maybe we can be flexible. Maybe we go after him in the third round. Or it doesn't have to be that, okay, we got a quarterback, we got a left tackle, now we need to go get the defensive end, like we've all been mocking to ourselves, going through here. So that's what I think is exciting about these guys. And if they want to take a flyer on a little bit of a project, a raw player that's got talent, they can do it because it's not we need you to start day one. It can be we can groom you into our defense for next year. So I think this is all good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Sean, tell me what you think, brother.
No, yeah. I mean, I think Will hit it on the head. I think at the very least we know that these guys are great depth players, and like you said, they're far better than what we have. So then now when we go into the draft. Now, like Will said, we don't have to make this the focus. Now we can go in here and kind of have the luxury of saying, okay, let's scout, let's look at this, let's doesn't have to be this has to be the guy. Like we can rotate. And the other great thing about this is if you ever look at those great defenses, yes, they have those marquee starters, but they also have that great second team that comes in and is able to give those guys a breather. You know what I mean? On those long drives. So now you guys, and they're still producing. You talk about Dorrance Armstrong and some of these guys and how little they might have played, but the production that they were able to get. Now that they have more opportunity, now that's going to create more of them, being able to be on the field and be explosive and get these opportunities to dominate. And I'm excited for it. Long story short, there's 2 guys that all years I've been with you guys, I've talked about all offseason. I've always wanted to get them on a flyer in free agency. It's Bobby Wagner, not Mike Wagner, Bobby Wagner. And the other one was Dante Fowler Jr. Every single year, I'm always like, this guy's cheap. Let's get him. He's available, whatever, what have you. And like Will said, he does travel with Quinn. So I love that we're going to get this guy now. And, hey, see what these guys can do. I think this is just an advantageous position for all of these guys that we got right now because I think they're all hungry and they're all going to fit somehow in this. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all said it spot on. I mean, all 3 of y'all said it definitely spot on. I think out of all the guys that we did get on the D line, Armstrong will probably be the main one to probably start. But they seem like all depth players to come off. Rotation players definitely. But out of all these guys, it makes me wonder: are we going to run a 4-3? Are we going to run a 3-4? Because Armstrong is a 4-3 type guy. Farrell, is that his name? Farrell, I can't think of his name. Farrell, he's a 4-3 type guy too. Fowler is a 3-4 guy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it just makes me wonder: are we gonna, are they gonna play a whole lot of times back and forth, rotating each other, and are we gonna go to a 4-3? Are we gonna switch back to a 3-4, 4-3, 4-4? Maybe what is it? A 5-2
or 5-3? Shoot.
Or 5. I mean, anything. Yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely, I'm definitely excited, man. And like you said, Ab, they were definitely better than what we had here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely excited. And I think we will be getting some in the draft. Especially like Will said, we got some more draft picks because, Sean, the reason why. But yeah, I mean, definitely, man. I'm definitely excited for this D line, and I think we're going to blitz a lot more this year. I really do believe that. I think we're going to blitz a lot more. I think we need to get after the quarterback. So,
and I hope they move them around more. What do we always think about Dan Quinn and what he did for Michael Parsons? Let's move these guys to different spots and have them rushing from all over the place. Like, come on, man. I
think, and going back to what you said, Sean, I think Dan Quinn is like that. I mean, that's what he did in Dallas. He moved guys around. And to be honest with you, Dan Quinn is coming, man. Like Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, these guys are not playing. Like I think Dan Quinn, this is his second chance, and he don't want to mess this up. You know what I mean? Because he had Atlanta, it didn't work out. You know what I mean? And this is his time. It's like, man, they're making moves. Adam Peters is smart. He's like the brains, and Quinn is just like, you know what? I'm gonna get this team the way I want it, and I'm not gonna fail in Atlanta. And I think he's gonna show something in that Dallas game. Like I really think, you know how Dallas ran it up on us. I think Quinn ain't gonna let off the gas. Like if we're hot and we look really good when we come to play Dallas, man, that's gonna be a statement game. Absolutely.
Let's go.
So, to me, and guys, we also can't forget that we still have the two defensive ends that we got last year. Was it Andre Carter and
KJ Henry?
KJ Henry.
Yeah.
So, guys, so we still have that, and KJ Henry, like even though he was robbed of one of his sacks last year, like. He had a little bit of promise on him, so I was very impressed with that. Just so you guys know, and for the draft, so with the updated draft picks, that's what I was looking at before. We don't have a 4th or a 6th rounder anymore with the Sam Howell trade. So that was with that update. So that. I don't know. I may see a problem with that, but in the first 100 picks, we have 6 picks, guys.
Yes, sir.
6 picks. Yeah. So I mean that's significant.
The problem with it is that Sam is no longer on the team. the problem is that Sam is no longer on the team. That's the problem.
Is that a problem?
You know what?
Hey,
it's a big problem.
Hey, Ab, go ahead and talk about it. We got to talk about it. It's time. We got to talk about it.
All right, give me a second. Let's get this.
I got some breaking news for you. And this is Ab. This is going to be, you're going to like throw a remote or something. Keenan Allen has been traded to the Bears for a 4th round pick.
Oh.
Now, here's a big contract. Not that we don't have the money to do it, but yeah, he went for a 4th rounder.
The Chargers really got rid of Keenan Allen?
So they released Mike Williams and then traded Keenan Allen?
They had to. Yeah.
No, they didn't have to, but
I mean they were in cap hell.
No, because I'm sorry. Bosa restructured,
Khalil Mack restructured.
And then with the release of Mike Williams, that brought him under. So
now they're really under.
Yeah, now they're really, really under. That's crazy.
Yeah. So all Keenan Allen does is make 100 catches a year. Now he's going to be catching passes from Justin Fields. Ball's going to hit the ground.
Dog, I was just thinking that, man. They going big. Caleb
Who
Williams
was
is
Herbert passing to? DeAndre Carter?
Caleb Williams is about to.
I know. You got to be sitting here. You got Justin Herbert's probably. What did you just do?
This is the move. This is similar to what Carolina did when they traded DJ Moore.
Yeah,
I'm a franchise quarterback, but I'm gonna trade away our franchise wide receiver. What?
Well, it tells me that the Chargers, because they're at number 6, right?
I don't know what the draft is. Maybe
5.
Could be. Maybe they're going to draft a receiver.
They're definitely going after Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr. There's no question about it.
That's a good point.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So, and they already got. Don't they got a tight end? What's their tight end? Anything?
Not anymore. Gerald
They
Everett.
don't have him anymore. Was it Garrett Everett or something like that?
Yeah, Gerald.
Yeah, he went to Chicago.
Okay, well, they might get Brock Bowers. I mean, I don't know, but they're definitely getting one of these top wide receivers. Absolutely. But that right there, Abs, is crazy. But it shows that the Bears, man, Caleb Williams gonna have a field if that's who they pick. Caleb Williams is going.
Harbaugh is going to bring Michigan to the Chargers. That's what he's going to do.
We haven't gotten there yet.
I just said that. You're talking about. Oh my goodness! All right, go.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
It's almost our bedtime, so let's get.
I'm yawning here.
Okay. No, all right. So number 4, guys, addressing the center position, we released Nick Gates, okay, and we picked up Tyler Biadasz. Is that how you say it? Biadasz. So, in case anybody doesn't know, Tyler Biadasz is a former Dallas player, former starter. So honestly, this is significant in like 2 ways. First, we got a new starter at center, and that is in a very, very important position for 1, our team, 2, the offensive line, and 3, for a young quarterback. And so this is significant, and I love this pick right here. And we dropped that bum ass Nick Gates that we picked up with the bum ass leg, and I don't even know why we picked this mug up in the first damn place. But this is great, guys. I mean, we saved a cool $0.3 million on this man when we released him. So, guys, what are your inputs on this?
Well, the reason why we got Nick Gates was because of Sorry Braun. and he was desperate for a center apparently. But yeah, going back to Tyler, the center, I text a lot of Dallas fans because Dallas, I talk smack to Dallas fans every time we make moves. And when we got Armstrong and Tyler at the beginning, they really didn't sweat Armstrong as much. They really was like, man, y'all got Tyler, man. That dude is nice, man. I mean, as far as I know, Zach Martin was their starting center, and y'all know Zach Martin had injuries like crazy. So this dude Tyler, how you say his name? Will, I don't know. Biadasz, yeah, bro, yeah, he's a baller. He's a baller, and I think I don't know, don't start me from lying, but I think he made the Pro Bowl, didn't he?
I think he did. Yeah.
So this dude is, we definitely need a center. Again, he's the leader of the line, so I think this is definitely a smart move. Dallas is really hurting on this one. I mean, they said that they really, really wanted him more than Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is the most out of the line that we got in free agency. This is the guy that I'm more excited about. Absolutely.
Well, what's up?
Well, I don't love paying free agent centers. I would rather you build that position through the draft, but we haven't had a chance to do it. They drafted Ricky Stromberg. I loved the pick last year, but he got hurt and he hasn't developed because of it. So if you're going to draft a rookie quarterback, what better way than to get him someone who can really help him out? And I think that's going to happen. That was part of the problem for Sam was he had Nick Gates who couldn't figure out where guys were blitzing from, and then the floodgates opened only for half the season, and then the rest of the season we had good line protection and line calls, and then he wasn't good. So I think this is good for if you're going to bring in a rookie quarterback, you got a veteran. The only concern I have with Biotish is he's got some great numbers. PFF loves him, but you got to remember he had a Pro Bowler, he had an All-Pro, not a Pro Bowler. Forget the Pro Bowl. Anyone can make that. Guys pass on it all the time because it's in Orlando. He had an All-Pro next to him in Zach Martin. He had a left tackle who could be a future Hall of Famer. He had some really good pieces that also helped him look good too. So this will be a chance now where he's got to kind of step up and be more of a leader. And so I think it's an opportunity for him. But I do think it was a necessary move in the position where we're in.
Yeah. I can't help but just think of what Sam is thinking. He's like, are you kidding me? I sat sacked 65 times. Now you bringing all these guys in here? You daggone gave me Gates, the guy who we broke his daggone leg, and now you gonna have he's my center. And yeah, you gonna get this all-pro center coming. Come on, man. But at the end of the day, the best part about this is, like you said, Will, this is a quality guy that we're taking from Dallas. This is beautiful. If I can't get Micah Parsons, I'll take this. And the three picks that we got, are the three guys we got, I'll take all of that. If I can't get Micah will come in time.
We get Micah, man. I can see that shit. I can see that. He coming.
Once we give him that whooping this year, he'll be like, oh, coach, can I come with you, coach? Like,
Dan, I want you. Dan, I'm coming.
Let me tell you guys this. With us getting Dan Quinn as our head coach, we better not lose one game this year to Dallas. I'm being so dead ass about that. We better not lose one game. He better give us all the tricks. Like, what was it? What movie was it when they were like, if you see the whites of his knuckles, then
yeah.
Rush.
The Philadelphia movie.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
Nah, it was the one you talking about with Adam Sandler.
No.
The Longest Yard, I think.
Was it? No.
Oh, what? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though. Want it that one?
It was the Mark Wahlberg one.
If you see the whites,
I know the Mark Wahlberg one.
I thought it was the program, so maybe I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
I thought it was Waterboy, so we're all wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All great movies, guys.
Right.
Great football movies.
I'm sure.
But he should be giving us all the secrets. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. And so I expect not to lose one damn game against Dallas. Okay. All right, moving forward, guys. All right, we're at number 3. This is the meat and potatoes, and I think this is where, honestly, this will get us hung up a little bit longer. But let's just try to get through it. Number 3.
Oh yeah.
Quarterback moves. Marcus Mariota. We picked up Marcus Mariota, and we traded Sam Howell to the Seahawks. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Sean on this one. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Okay. So.
Oh my goodness.
So when we saw yesterday or the day before when they were like, Washington signed Marcus Mariota, everybody was sitting there saying, everybody's like, this is a sign that we're going to get Jaden Daniels at number 2. And that's everyone's initial thought, which is justified and honestly makes sense. And we all can see that. But everybody did not realize what the effects was of us picking up Mariota was going to be on Sam Howell. Okay, so I legitimately thought, and I said this yesterday. I said that this was my reaction. Because one, I don't agree with trading Sam Howell now, but 2. That means that either we're going with Sam Howell or we're trading him. And sure as shit, 24 hours later, we're trading Sam Howell. Sean, tell me how your heart broke inside
Mm,
your chest
mm.
when you saw that Sam Howell was traded. Like, tell me how many tears you cried, brother. Like, I want to know the details of where this deep rooted pain is coming from, bro. Give us the info.
Let me set this up for you, man. I had just reconnected with one of the guys that I knew back freshman year of high school, and we got together, and I found out, oh man, he cuts hair. I was like, oh man, I need a haircut, and it was perfect timing. I even took the guy that I watch and take out with me, the guy that Sam that I work with. I took him. We both got haircuts. Got to hang out, talk to some nice ladies. It was perfect. Walked outside, the sun was out. It was a beautiful day, and then my phone starts blowing up. Why are these people messaging me? But it's not you guys, because I know when you guys message me, I know that. But it's just random people tagging me in posts. And what? So I opened up my phone, and then the first thing I actually saw was Will's message. Said, "Are you okay?" So that's when I did it. I said, "What are you?" So then I started seeing everything. Everybody's post. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Sam. Oh, Sam, how you feeling?" Blah blah. For 3 years, okay? For 3 years, we brought in a guy, and I have stood behind him. With Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Will, great.
That didn't even last a half, okay? Last year, it was Carson, or 2 years ago, it was Carson.
He did.
I stood behind this man. As Colts fans said, what are you doing? Eagles fans laughed at me, and we saw what happened. I even went at what's his name, Nathan, about the whole situation. Shout out to my guy. But when we drafted, and I was on with this guy up here, we drafted Sam Howell. Got ahead of myself. Not yet, Drake May. When we drafted Sam Howell, it was too good to be true. I was like, my quarterback, we drafted him in the 5th, gives him an opportunity to prove himself. When I saw we had Carson and Taylor, I was like, oh, this is great. He could definitely get in with these guys. And in the Dallas game, his first win is a Dallas game. How many times has Taylor done that, Will? But we'll just relax. We could not have put a better script. The owners were out. EB comes in. Ron is potentially out. Like, things are working. Oh, my goodness. New coach, everything. And Sam is going to get a full 17. And through the first 4 weeks, I was hyped. Oh, yeah. And through week 8, I told Will, leading the league in passing, Will. Leading the league in passing. And he said, that's a terrible stat. Don't even. And you know what else he led the league in? Getting sacked. I think he was up there in interceptions thrown. Listen, at the end of the day, we can talk about all the things that he had to deal with. The coaching system was on their way out, the new system, everything. We're all given an opportunity. He did the best with what he had. You can't take away that the man almost had 4,000 yards. And I get it. Garbage yards. I get that. I don't care. He's still balling. An NFL quarterback putting up that many yards, albeit nowadays is more common. At that, it's still a feat, man. And to do it with all of the issues that he had in house, and just to keep getting up, at Salou, I'm glad he got paid. He's going somewhere else. We got something for him. I'm with it. But for me, it stings, bro. It stings. It's not going to get better. And if he succeeds elsewhere, I will be taking the jersey off and getting a new one and going that way, because I can't. We better succeed whoever we get. That's all I'm going to say. Because if we don't succeed, I'm just going to be sitting here looking at you guys like, I think they'll be better. That's all I'm saying.
I think that we all agree, bro, that there's potential for him to actually succeed elsewhere. I think we all agree that Washington is not the best place to develop a quarterback.
Yeah.
Hopefully that changes in the coming future, but I think we all can agree to that. Sean, I'm sorry for your loss. So,
not three more quarterbacks. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. Don't come to me and ask how I feel about a quarterback. I don't care. If I root for them, they lose. So let's get Spencer Rattler or somebody.
No.
Rattler's on his way to Arizona. Oh no, I'm sorry. That
Ritter.
is on the way. Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
This could totally be redeemed in April, Sean. Late April, you could be back on the train.
Not unless we get a break.
So Will, okay, so he we traded our mans. Hal's gone. What so to me is what do you think is okay, so what's the next move now? Like honestly, what does this tell you about number 2 now? Our number 2 draft pick.
The Washington Commanders pep band needs to start learning how to play neck. That's what it tells me.
From LSU, baby.
From LSU.
Plays, yep.
That is exactly what they need to figure out how to play that song so we can be doing that too and yelling what they yell during it, because that's what's coming. And we know it's going to be a quarterback. We've known it was going to be a quarterback.
Yep.
And you know, and then I think they can figure out whatever they want to do with that number 3 guy. I do think it wouldn't hurt to bring someone else in as a number 3 guy that can come in if you need to. There's always plenty of veterans around. He's not good, but someone like a Nick Mullins, where if you needed him to play for a game, you could as your number 3 quarterback. But it would not have been right for Sam Howell to go from 17-game starter to holding a clipboard and being in street clothes in the same team. Like, I almost think they did him right by saying, you're not going to get a chance here, so let us let you go somewhere else. So I will give them that credit there. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Sean knows how I feel, so I'm just going to leave it at that. They did Sam the best they could.
So, okay, and that's funny as you said that, because honestly, I almost feel the same way, is that they did Sam Howell right by trading him. That's a lot more than what Chicago has done for Justin Fields, because they said they were going to trade him before free agency, and his ass is still stuck. So, but I'll take it a step further though. Do you think, and this is a question for you, Alyx. So, do you think that maybe they traded him is because they're leaning more towards Drake May at number 2 because of how difficult it would have been for Sam Howell to go, because he was a starter at North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, started from North Carolina, and Drake May was the backup to Drake May being the shiny new toy and being the starter, and then the scenario of Sam Howell being the backup, how difficult that would have been. Do you think, what do you think of that possible scenario there?
Right. No, I don't think. And the reason why I say is because of Marcus Mariota. I was getting Marcus Mariota, but I will say this: I don't know if y'all remember the show, and I think it was a couple months ago, right? And we were talking about Sam Howell, and at the beginning, we didn't know if we were going to get a quarterback, but it's a possibility we might, because we were at number 2. And I don't know if y'all remember that show, but I did say that I think it's smart if we trade Sam Howell, right? I said this. I think it's smart that we trade Sam Howell, because when a rookie comes in, imagine if that rookie starts messing up, right? All the fans are going to be like, Sam Howell, and it's going to put pressure on that rookie, right? But then probably a month later, I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? We need to keep Sam, because he's durable, he's strong. You know what I'm saying? He would be probably a good solid backup. But that being said, I think the reason why they got rid of Sam was because of what I think the reason why is the fans. If our rookie quarterback messes up, we're probably going to yell out Sam Howell, and they don't want to put that pressure on a rookie. And like a JD5 or whoever we're going to get, I don't think it's going to be Drake May that we're going to get because of the Marcus Mariota. And us getting Marcus Mariota, it really just shows who we're going to get, like you said, Will. And y'all know I've been saying this with the JD5. I've been talking about this all for weeks, man. But I'm like with you, Sean. I was a fan. I know you were a Hart fan more than I was, but I was a fan with Sam Howell. I just don't think they did him right. I think EB and Ron failed him. He looked promising. I don't care what the haters say, but he looked promising all the way through week 8. He looked real good. Right? What is it? Week 8, week 9, somewhere around there. I think week 10 is when he started falling down and his confidence really lost. But he looked like a franchise guy. And I will say that. I mean, the dude was tough as nails. He was doing his check downs very well. He was accurate. I know, Will, you wanted them haters, but
he was doing his check downs really well.
He was. He was doing very well as a rookie, man.
Taking as many sacks later in the year, all right.
he did whatever he could, man, to help the team with what he had, because everybody struggled. Everybody struggled on offense. The offensive line was terrible. The wide receivers were dropping ball. I mean, hey, even Terry. I mean, it got to the point where us as fans was thinking maybe Terry isn't the number 1. Maybe he needs to play at number 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we were thinking. It's like Sam Howell didn't really have nothing. And, he didn't have a legitimate tight end. Logan was, y'all know how Logan was. So I feel for Sam.
Alyx, don't try to defend our guy anymore. We know what it is. Guys like this guy over here, you can't ever tell it the right way. All right?
Not listening.
Well, that being said, man, it's really good. And I will say this: if we do get JD5, right, and I'm excited. Y'all know I've been a fan of him. And Sean, I've told you this too. He has a high ceiling, but he has a low floor also. And I want people to understand that if we get JD5, I don't want people to think that, he's the next Lamar or something like that. I mean, he could come in and be Malik Willis. People need to slow and pump your brakes. I don't know. I hope he doesn't reach that floor like that. I hope he reaches a high ceiling. That's what I'm hoping. But it's really going to hurt when Sam Howell is in Seattle and balling out. If he does, we don't know the future, but if he balls out, we're going to be like, dang, we lost a good one. You know what I'm saying? So, Will, I see you smiling. Calm down. Hey, you was all in for Carson Wentz, all right? Let me and Sean get our moment for a second, all right? But shout out to Sam Howell. I was a big fan of him. And hey, we had that moment, Sean, where he got drafted, and I was excited. So
New Orleans, baby. Yep.
Yeah. So Sam Howell, I still think he's a decent player, man. Just it didn't work out in Washington because me being Ron, I think they failed him. But best of luck to him in Seattle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think we all, like, honestly, Sam Howell's not a bad guy. Honestly, we do wish him the best. Like, my reasoning, I didn't want to trade him now. One, he still has 2 years left on his contract. Like, to me, that if you trade him at the trade deadline. You trade him next year when there's only 1 year left on his contract.
Right.
That's just me, because basically Seattle got a legitimate starter for like $2 million, guys, for the next 2 years.
But he's their backup.
What's up?
They traded for a backup. Gino's their starter.
Well, no. They got a legitimate starter. I'm sorry, I misspoke. A legitimate starter for their backup for $2 million.
Yeah.
And that, like, to me, is for the next 2 years too. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about money in regards to that. And that right there is, I think they did it more for Sam than business wise. And I can respect that. I could definitely respect that.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think this actually kind of goes to they did it for Sam. The Seahawks GM said that they were sweating over this because several teams were involved in these trade talks and they weren't sure if they were going to get him or not. So like you said, I do think the Commanders were kind of saying, where can we put you where you may have a chance to grow, or we respect this organization. We respect Schneider and what he's building. So this is going to give you a chance. I'm just kind of making things up myself by saying this, but maybe this is true.
Thank you, Will. Thank you for trying. Well, I'm about to go get fitted in dark blue and green. My new favorite number is 12. So I'm
Well.
12th man. 12th man.
Breaking news. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, signed to the Chiefs. 1 year deal.
I thought he was going to be coming here. I really thought he was going to follow Cliff.
I would have honestly, I could have seen that coming, him coming here too. Like I really could have. But it solidifies that I think we're just going to go draft for the third wide receiver position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we make a splash and trade for T. Higgins, man. You know what I'm saying?
That makes it.
Look at Will. Will said, "Oh my God."
I didn't even want to hear none of that. Like that's no. Nope.
Hey, flashes you're gonna have it because I'm gonna hit the pool this summer.
Hey, y'all all saying that, but if we make a splash on Justin Jefferson, y'all, hey.
It's not happening.
It's been rumored. Hey, he don't have a quarterback. It's been rumored.
Yes, he does.
Who's the quarterback?
You just wait and see who becomes his quarterback in April.
He ain't happy with that. He's not happy with that.
He could be.
Who you think is going to be?
Minnesota's going to go up and get themselves a quarterback.
You think they're going to trade up?
I wouldn't be surprised if they go up with New England.
Yeah, I think they will.
Either that or a lot of mocks have Drake dropping down to them. What are they? They have 11.
Yeah, or when we draft JJ McCarthy at number 2, and then the other rest of the guys go down, you might have Drake May going to Minnesota at their draft pick. When we draft Tom Brady 2.0, clip that. When we draft Tom Brady 2.0, JJ McCarthy, that allows them to go get somebody else too.
You are something else, Will. You are something else. Hey, look. Hey, but he did turn down $30 million a year, I think. Did y'all know that? Justin Jefferson?
I knew that.
Hey.
He doesn't want to be in Minnesota, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Hold up. You know why he turned it down? Because he hopes you're the GM and you'll give him $50 million a year.
Right?
That's right. Hey, and y'all would like it too. I know y'all would. Y'all would like it. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all would love that deal.
All right. Let's get going. Okay, we're down to number 2. Okay, number 2, addressing the linebacker position. The addition of Anthony Pittman, Frankie Louvu, and Bobby Wagner. Guys, we mentioned it before, but us adding this linebacking core, and we talked about it before, is that it's not even about these being our starters, because again, all these additions that we're making on this team it's not necessarily saying that these guys are stars, but it's a good core, and these contracts doesn't guarantee that they are going to be starters here. But it just means that they're on our team and they're going to contribute well. Mm-hmm. This linebacking core is, I'm very impressed with it. I am impressed with Anthony Pittman. Is just honestly, I don't know much about him, but it's the fact that he's played in every game for the last 3 years. I like that, guys. I do. It shows consistency, it shows toughness, and it shows that this man wants to, Sean, just like you said, contribute. He wants to compete, and I like that. Frankie Louvu, again, I didn't know much about him until we signed him, but then reading up on him,
playmaker.
In the words of my man Alyx, he's a dog. He's a dog.
That's right.
Man's a dog. Okay, so
that's right.
So I can appreciate that, and honestly, him side by side with Wagner, and then on top of that, Jamin Davis. Is this the year we can actually unlock Jamin Davis, guys? You know what I'm saying? Is this the year that we can actually do it? I mean, because it happened to Patrick Queen. You bring Roquan Smith next to him, and then all of a sudden this mother is all-star linebacker now. You know what I'm saying? So guys, I need to know this. To me, this is the second thing, the most impactful thing that we've done is not only back up the linebacker position, but literally revive it. Like, honestly, this right here is like, to me, I feel it's the make or break of this defense. So Will, please tell me what you think, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love this. We've been talking for too long how we needed to revamp it. I never would have thought that Bobby Wagner would come to DC. When are we the type of franchise that a player of his caliber and at this point of his career would say, yeah, that's where I think my next destination should be. So that's incredible. And the fact that he's gonna change, as we hate saying the culture because we heard so much with Ron, but he is gonna change. He's gonna bring accountability and change that culture on that defense and on that team. And Frankie Lavu, all yesterday I called him Freddie Lavu. He's just a playmaker. When he was under Steve Wilkes, he was just constantly making touchdowns and making plays. I love this. I actually think Lavu is going to be someone they are going to unleash a lot all around. You know, he could be that pass rusher type thing. And I agree with you. I'm hoping that we see Jamin Davis get unlocked, but I'm also sitting here looking at this plus Jeremy Chin to say, hey, listen, Jamin, if you don't put it together this year, we don't need you. We don't need for you to be starting every single week. If it doesn't click and that light bulb doesn't go off and you don't start making plays, we got other guys that can take your spot. So that's kind of what I liked about this, where it's not you have to start this guy. It's show us you deserve to be on the field.
Yeah. I absolutely love that. And I mean, look, I've talked to Will, Ab, I've talked to you guys the last couple of years. Wagner is another guy that each year I'm like, let's give him a 1-year deal. Let's bring him in free agent. You know what I mean? But to that point, he always wanted to go somewhere where at least it seemed that way that he was having success going to the Rams. Obviously, he was with the Seahawks in their great years. So to have him come to us, it says something about us that he's willing to take a flyer and all that. But then you got Frank Lavu, and I watched his introductory press conference today, and I'm going to tell you something. First and foremost, one thing that I love, Will, if you ask Will, he wants these corn-fed white boys from Wisconsin in the middle of the country. You know what I want? Give me these Samoans. Give me these Peloponnesians, these Vita Vea type dudes with all the hair, because them jokers are going to do two things. They're going to give you everything on the field, and if you got to square up off the field, they bite near kill you. So they got that otherworldly kind of mentality. But, I mean, you got a guy in Lavu, Will was saying, I mean, you got a guy that has high energy, tenacity. This guy, the thing that I love about him, like he said, the dog mentality, but he has that underdog mentality. He has a chip on his shoulder. This guy, he was undrafted, coming out. This guy was a guy that has had to earn his keep, and I'm so excited to bring it. And then Will and I talked yesterday about connections. That Peloponnesian, culture, that Samoan culture. Marcus Mariota is of that same, kind of that culture. And when Frankie was talking about was, working with him and having, interacted with him before. And then finally now he's on the same side working with him. That to me is huge, just in the fact that we're not talking about the skill level or where these guys are going to be starting, but we're talking about repairing the culture in-house, which we've all wanted. And now we're getting guys in here that are connected. You got Frankie Lavu from the Panthers with Jeremy Chin, who they're close. Then you got the Peloponnesian thing with Frankie and Marcus. And, you got all these different connections and all coming together. And this to me, and then obviously like Ab said, and I said Michael Pittman earlier. No, it's Anthony Pittman. That's why I was like, did we get Michael Pittman, Alex?
No. Okay.
But these three guys, yeah, that's why I messed up. But these three guys, I mean, honestly, in the last 3 days, we've gotten more quality at linebacker than in the entire tenure of Ron Rivera. So, all right. I see what you guys are doing, and I love it. I love it. Definitely good at number 2.
Yeah. Y'all all nailed it, man, for real. I'm definitely excited. Like I said, we got some dogs for sure. When was the last time, really, when we had a great line? I mean, has it been since London Fletcher?
London Fletcher and Marcus Washington, 2007.
Right. I mean, it's been a while, man, since we had some dogs in here, man. And and I'm telling you right now, Bobby Wagner, it shocked me like it shocked you, Will. I mean, it shocked me to come to Washington. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But you look it up, man, all the combined tackles that he has, it was 183. I mean, that is insane. And he was 32. He's 33 now. But just to do that, man, to me, I think he's still got a lot left in his tank. You know what I mean? So him, and then like Frankie Lavu, again, dog. That man going to get it. Like he's hungry, and I love it. And I'm glad we got him for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, I'm telling you, we got some leaders. And Jeremy Chin, he out there to do something damage. Oh man, and I really think that it's really gonna, like y'all said too, when it comes to Jamin Davis, he's really gonna show his true colors now. I think Jamin Davis, he wasn't the Mike guy when we tried to make him a Mike. You know what I mean? But now he's got a Mike, that a leader, and Bobby Wagner that's gonna bring the best out of Jamin Davis. You know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, on the topic that we was talking about, we're gonna blitz more. I got a feeling we're gonna blitz a lot, and we're gonna get after it. Because if you look, Bobby Wagner in Seattle last year, he blitzed a lot and got a lot of sacks. Same thing with Frankie Lavu. You know what I'm saying? And Jeremy Chin, he does that also. So we're just gonna be mean. We're gonna be nasty, and I think teams are gonna be, they're gonna be afraid of us because we're gonna be hitting out there, man. I'm excited, man. And who knows? I mean, and with these top 6 picks that we have in the top 100, man, we might get some young linebackers also. You know what I'm saying? To do some rotations and off that, man. So, and I really love that dude from what is it? NC State. What's his name?
Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Wilson,
bro. He would fit so great in this system because he plays middle, he plays outside, you know what I'm saying? You can put him everywhere, bro. I'm so excited right now with this linebacker core because we have not had this in so long. And Will, like you said, 2007. You know what I mean? It's been a long time coming, man. And this is what we need. This is what we need. And Sean, I talked to you about this over the phone the other night. We need some dogs. We need some hitters. We need like some Ray Lewises. We need some, Ed Reed. You know what I mean? That's what we need. A London Fletcher. Yeah, I know y'all remember the 49ers with Patrick Willis.
Yes.
Yeah, man, this is what we need. We need them lead. And I also said the same thing with Sean when I talked to you on the phone. Brian Dawkins. We need them dogs in these boys, man, and to go after it and not play around. So I'm definitely excited, man. This defense, I feel like, is going to be real good. Once we get these corners right, it's over. It's over. Teams is going to be. It's over. So absolutely, take it over.
All right, so that's another position that I feel cornerback we haven't addressed. You know what I'm saying? So that's something we definitely need to talk about. We have some notes, guys, from the guys on people on Facebook. I don't know who this is from. Facebook user. The Sam Howell situation really has me upset. The NFL is funny. None of these quarterbacks are better than Howell, and they know Howell would be too good to beat out. They're not Atlanta, where they've brought in a proven vet with like 40K yards. They just guaranteed a downgrade. Sam Howell is college age, but he already has 2 years experience in the NFL. I would have given them a B+ for the offseason, but this Howell move knocks them to a D grade for me. So your feelings hurt?
He was definitely
upset.
Howell fan.
He's very upset. I was gonna ask. I was gonna say, Sean, did you log in as somebody else?
You know what I'm saying?
Sean posted that.
No, man, this is my guy, Jason. All right, I've worked with this guy for over 10 years.
Yeah.
All right, I used to work. This is my guy. We see.
I can see why he's your guy. The two of you think the same.
Drop down to a D.
His whole feelings hurt, bro.
I get your feelings, baby. I'm with you, Jason.
That's me. This is me.
That's harsh to go from B+ to D, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting all my eggs in the GM head coach basket and trusting their decision. Yeah, let's try and do that, guys. At least for the first year.
Right.
For the first year, just let's see what they're rocking with and seeing if it's on the right avenue. And to me, one thing about being a leader is seeing something not work and adjusting fire to try and do better. Like that's what a leader should do, and I'm totally adamant on that. So if these guys can say, "Hey, maybe we're wrong the way we were moving the year this past off season. Let's change that up this year and try and go a different route." Like to me, it's about being flexible in your position and realize and not sticking to. And I think that was what's wrong with Ron is that he was so adamant that he was right and he was the smartest person in the room and he was making these drug deals like no one knew how special these guys were, and he was just flat out wrong. Flat out wrong, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving forward to our number one, guys. All right. Our number one, most significant, I'm sorry. Our number one most significant move made by the Commanders. Not addressing the offensive tackle position. Okay?
Yeah.
Guys, I cannot stress enough how significant this is. Who was the left? Was it Leno that we released at the beginning?
Charles
Yes.
Leno,
Yeah, we just released Leno, and I think he was on his way out anyway. I think he was trying to retire, but the point is, we released him, and we legit. Like honestly, there's probably like 3 left tackles on our team, and they have no starting experience. And look, I'm all about players getting their start and getting their chance and everything like that. But at the same time, who's going to guide these guys also? Like who's going to say tell them the ins and outs of this position if we don't have any veteran left tackles here. And honestly, I can't trust Wiley. I'm not trusting that dude I'm not trusting this dude for anything, any kind of protection at all.
Right.
You know? So guys, what do you think? Like, this is the number one issue with me, especially with all the sacks we got last year. This is so significant. It's a move. It's not a move, but it's also a move that the team did not address. And I like, to me, this is the number one thing. And we need to, and this should be an issue everywhere. It should be an issue to everybody.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that we might still go out there and get Tyron Smith, and I think it would be a smart move to get Tyron Smith for a 1-year deal. I mean, that's what they did to Bobby. That's what they did to some of these other players to get a 1-year deal. And I think that these 1-year deal players we're trying to figure out how the season is going to go. If we're on a jump and we start going real good and possibly playoff contenders, you know what I'm saying? Then next year, these 1-year deal guys, we might sign them to bigger contracts. But if we start going downhill and stuff, these 1-year guys are out of here. It didn't work out. So I think we're just trying to see if this team that we're creating will take 2 to 3 to 4 years. We don't know, you know. But Tyron Smith, I think, would be a perfect. You might as well go ahead and grab him. I mean, it seemed like we already got some of these veteran linemen, anyways. You might as well go ahead and grab him. I think we're in connection with him. We were also in connection with the Cardinals left tackle also. I think it was was it Humphreys, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it would be a smart move. And not only that, when we do draft some linemen, it takes them time, these rookie linemen, it takes them time to gel and work. So I think getting Tyron Smith or DJ Humphreys would definitely help them. You know what I mean? And it would definitely help them, mentor them. And if they do get injured, then that's what you got the rookie guy to come up and, step up. So I really hope we get Tyron Smith. I mean, that, he's still out there. You know what I mean? So what do you think, Will?
So,
Go ahead, Ab.
So Tyron Smith, great choice. Honestly, injury prone. Obviously, that's why he hasn't been picked up yet. But he's obviously the number one offensive tackle out there, left tackle at that. So that's a very huge thing. But I think teams are weary in regards to him because, honestly, you ain't trying to give him a long-term deal. You're not. Then you're right, Alex. You're right about that. 1 year deal, almost like a prove-it deal. But at the same time, it's just that I think that's at the stage in his career because I think he's old too, isn't he? 30s, mid-30s or something like that. So
33.
Yeah. So honestly, this is the rest of his career at that. So that there's not, and my other point was there's not a lot of offensive tackles out there. There's sufficient, legitimate offensive tackles out there, and you're not just trying to waste money. So you really have to be careful on who you bring onto the team. I know I want experience. I know I'm asking for experience and everything like that. And honestly, Tyron Smith is definitely that, but it's just that injury history. You don't want to sit here and pay this man $8 million just to be injured in the first drive of the game kind of shit, and I think his injury was like a neck injury too, I want to say. So that is even scarier, you know what I'm saying? So Tyron Smith, I'm all about it if he can prove that he's healthy, or maybe incentive base. I don't know how you do incentive base for a left tackle, but you know what I'm saying? That's just something to be put out there, the information to be put out there. Will, please give us some guidance, man.
So on March 14th, offensive tackle is a major need for us, which, by the way, happy Pi Day, 3.14. However, by the end of this draft, it's not going to be an issue. If you think our front office didn't realize that we have an issue at defensive end and at linebacker and are going to address it, think that they're just going to fall down asleep on addressing offensive tackle, I got another thing coming for you. And it wouldn't be surprise me, Ab, you would love this. You'd be going crazy if we draft a quarterback at number 2 and then we take some of our picks this year, next year, come back into the first round and go get that guy a left tackle. That we don't have to wait for our pick number 36 to say, time for us to go get a tackle. If we see someone we like, that they come and say, we're going to go aggressively go get him.
I've actually mocked that, Will.
There you go. Yeah. So yes, it is a big need because right now you can look at all these good moves we made in free agency and said we have not fixed the offensive line. And I think they know that. And I think they know exactly how to do it. And I would actually almost say if you sign Tyron Smith, then drafting a left tackle in the second round early is almost a waste of a pick. Because that's not an impactful player then. You're having him sit behind somebody. You're also setting your team up for longer success, so it's not a wasting pick. But I'm just saying, I just feel like they know what they're doing. They know they know we've got a hole at left tackle, and they will figure something out. It could be in the next couple of days, or we may find this out in April.
Hey, my bad. I don't mean to cut none of y'all off because I know, Sean, you about to talk. Is Williams still out there? Is it Jonah Williams?
He got picked up yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, who'd he go to?
Arizona. For not expensive too, man. I was pissed. 2 years, $30 million. No, not 2 years, 30. It was less than that.
Yeah. So Sean,
okay.
Sean, Tyron Smith and Trent Brown. Okay.
David Bakhtiari.
Bakhtiari too. But also injury prone too. So something to really think about.
Making lots of money.
So what are you thinking? Like just like Will said, do you like picking with our second pick? It would be kind of like wasting a pick. To me, I think you would put Tyron Smith at left tackle, and the number 2 pick you would put at right tackle, and you could go that way, Will. And then once once Tyron Smith's time is done, then he moves over to left tackle. That plenty of teams have done that before. They just moved over their guy that is intended for the left tackle, have him sit at the right tackle position, start there, and then move over to left tackle once the left tackle's time is the aging left tackle is done. Trent Brown, he's almost like 40 years old or something like that, but he's still available. Tyron Smith, what's your thoughts, Sean?
Yeah, Tyron Smith. I'd go in that direction. And not just because we're taking another person from Dallas. Yes, I love that part. But we talked about getting Biotish at center. What better than to get his left tackle that he already knows and can communicate with, and he can help the rest of the line kind of understand the calls and all those things. You know what I mean? And then, I mean, look, we for all intents and purposes, we've all said number 2, we're getting a quarterback. But we've also talked about potentially trading back in or doing something to get an alignment. I like that idea, getting Tyron and getting a tackle and putting them all in, and let's do that. Like, I love that idea. And honestly, I think if we do get Tyron, and even if we get a left tackle, even if we don't get one, like even if we don't trade back in and we get one later, I think that still could be beneficial because we're hoping, and I'm going to go right to what Will messaged, putting all my eggs in the GM and head coach basket and trusting their decisions. We're hoping that these guys are not only – we've seen that they do their homework. Holes that we had, they have filled. And they're not taking time. They're not taking any time. They're getting it done. They're going to fill this one. And I think that we also can hope to at least be positive about the fact that we think they're going to do what we have not done in years, which is develop these players. And if that's what we get, because we see how smart they are in their decisions, well, then, yeah, I trust them getting a pick a little bit later. And then here we go. Now he's going to show up. Let's remember who was the one who was the GM that picked Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I mean? Albeit he had the team around him, but you still see, that kid from Iowa State's not bad. That guy can play, some Big 12 football. Let's see if we can put him on a team that has a core around it. These guys know what they're doing, and so I would love us to get Tyron Smith, but if we don't, I think they got it. I think they've already been talking to people and everything, but I think Tyron Smith's going to come here just because of the mass exodus.
That's right.
Every person, I just keep calling Janae, like, hey, Janae, what's up? I got jersey ready for you. I got it ready. Matter of fact, let me make this pitch. Janae, this is a big jersey. You've already worn it. Doug Williams is world champ. Is here for you. Come on over, baby.
Was it the Washington Cowboys? The Dallas Commanders?
Right. From the Commanders, the Commander Panthers or whatever, to now the Washington Cowboys. Come on.
I think we all have faith. We all do have faith in our leadership right now. Mm-hmm. And honestly, we are trusting them, and like I said earlier, at least give them this first year. Just give them this first year to see how things play out, and if everything works out. And honestly, a lot of these guys are 1-year deals, so if it doesn't, no harm done. We'll start all over next year.
That's right.
So there's not a problem there. I'm with you guys. I'm with you, Will and Sean. Just they got it handled and everything like that. Just saying, concerned. Offensive tackle would be nice.
Yeah.
In free agency, and I'll even lean out to say touch up on cornerback too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least touch on that. That'd be nice. But I'm with you guys. I'm trusting the leadership at least this year before I start looking at them with the, as my daughter would say it, the bombastic side eye. So so we're on going there, guys. It's we're going on 2 hours 10 minutes. What's that? 66. Yeah, we doing our thing, man. 120, 130 minutes. Guys, I enjoyed this. I can do this all day. We're done. We reached the number one. Anything else you guys want to say, want to touch up on, add in there? Like, I just added cornerback as a position of concern. So anything else you guys want to say?
Yeah, I got something big, but Alex, you go first.
Okay. With the cornerback, I think we were looking at somebody with the Saints. I don't know if y'all saw that. Yeah,
I've never heard of him before.
Yeah, I never heard of him either. They said something about he had a real good season last year. But I do want to say this. I want to touch back on the linebackers and how Bobby Wagner and Frankie Lavu and all these guys. We forgot to mention that Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne, especially with this linebacker core, I think that it's going to bring the best out of these guys too. Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne, I think they might even have monster years. You know what I'm saying? If you have a real good mentor and Bobby, and leading his defense, I think that, instead of Jonathan Allen punching Daron Payne in the face to get him to do something, I think this time, I think this time Bobby really going to get the mean out of these guys, man, and actually go back there and get some more sacks and stop the runs even more. So, but yeah, I left that out when we were talking about linebackers. But go ahead, my bad. Will, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think it's important. We do a lot of dogging on Ron Rivera, but I think it's important that we also recognize and say thank you to him, because he played Taylor Heineke for 2 seasons, won 7, 8 games. He could have played Jacoby Brissett and won 7, 8, 9 games, but he played Sam Howell for 17 games, and he gave us the number 2 pick. That is quite a thank you from Ron Rivera.
Oh my goodness!
He's not lying, though.
Yeah,
and he stuck with him. Ron allowed himself to get fired, and he set ourselves up to it with a lot of money and some really good picks. So thank you, Ron, for just kind of mailing it in.
Will something else, Doc.
Look, okay. I know. See, and this is what's so great about Sam. Sam's a class act.
He is.
Okay.
He is.
I know when they were trying to come at him, he was like, "Look, I'm just blessed to have this opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to be the best version of myself, getting better every day.
Yep.
Okay. I want to surround myself with good people, and at the end of the day, I just appreciate being able to be a part of this. That's the kind of guy he is. Okay. I love that. That's all we need. He's in Seattle now, but the jersey stays here. Okay, stays here. I'm done.
This has been a lot of fun, fellas, but I'm so far past my bedtime, and I have to get up early. I have got to go. I'm sorry.
All right,
Will, you have a good one, bro.
Good talking, y'all.
Thank you, guys. Honestly, we appreciate everything. Guys, thanks for coming, stopping by with Whateva Washington. I'm Abz. There's my man Alyx over there. There's my man Will down there. Sean, thank you so much. Will and Sean, thanks for stopping by, hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Let's do this again sometime. Maybe not 2 hours, but let's do it again sometime, okay?
All right.
Abz,
what's up?
You got to do it. This is Whateva Washington.
It's Whateva Washington. Whoa!
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is us. Be out. We love you guys. Thank you. Come follow us all on all our streams. It's out there. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
All right.